I'm Eddie and I want you to be a YouTube success. Today I want to talk to you about the 10 steps to making a good YouTube video. YouTube needs YouTubers just like you. I'm going to show you how. Let's get into it. The first step I want to talk to you about is know your phone. Doesn't matter if you got an iPhone, Android phone, whatever. You got to know what your phone is capable of doing before you even get started. So open up your app, take a look at what camera options you have available and how that works for you. And then once you've done that, you're going to start taking pictures, start taking videos so you get more familiar with it. Your next step is equally important. Before you even start recording, you want to make sure that you have enough storage on your phone to be able to record videos and not run out of it in the middle of recording, because if you run out of in the middle of recording, then you got to download everything and start all over from scratch. And that is time consuming. We'll talk about how important time is later on. Now let's talk about how you're going to be holding your phone. There's two ways to do it. This way that you've got vertical, that is for YouTube long videos, anything that's going to be longer than a minute. You want to have it like that so that you can get the full screen show up on the YouTube website itself. You can switch it to a vertical mode if you're going to be using it for shorts or stories. Another important aspect to consider before you even start recording is your editing. You want to record for the edit. What that means is take into consideration what your edit looks like before you start recording. That'll make your editing process a lot easier, which saves you time. Something else you might want to consider doing is putting your phone on airplane mode. It can be bothersome if you're in the middle of recording something and all of a sudden it rings because you got a phone call or it chimes because you got a message. So put it in airplane mode. Also take in consideration that you're going to want to clean the lens. It is really a waste of time if you do a whole lot of video and there's a smudge in the middle of it. The next two tips are kind of a package deal. They go hand in hand. And they're very important in any type of video that you're going to do. So I came inside to talk to you about them real quick. The first one is lighting and the second one is sound. I have videos on both of those and you're more than welcome to go and check out those. So I'm not going to belabor the points for either one of them, but they're very important. Make sure that lighting and sound are something you consider before you even start recording. The next tip that I want to talk to you about is going to be stability. Now, there's a couple different ways to deal with stability. If it's just you and your phone, then the best thing to do with stability is use two hands. Two hands helps your stability a lot. The next thing in dealing with stability is kind of a little trick that I learned along the way, and that is keeping everything centered. And I'm going to show you what that means right now. As you can see, I've got my full body up here in a position that you can see everything. I'll squat down low to give myself a low center of stability, and that makes my body more manageable so that I have more control. I can lean forward, I can juke left and right. Wrestlers do this, fighters do this. They have a lower center of gravity, which makes them more stable. I also have my feet planted in a way so that stability is there as well. And something else to keep in mind, when you're holding that phone and using two hands, if you keep your arms closer to your body, what that does is that makes your phone more stable. So the closer it is to your face, even though it's close to what you're looking at, you're able to see the picture better and maintain stability control of your phone. The next tip I want to talk to you about is your environment. As you can see behind me, I've changed up the environment just a little bit so that it's a little different than what I was showing you earlier in the video. Earlier I was walking around, changing up the environment a little bit. It makes for a little bit of a break in scenery and helps move your video along. So that is 10 tips. And now I'm going to give you a bonus tip. Time is money. The longer you spend editing and fine-tuning each video, the better it's going to be. You also need to make sure that you're spending time learning about making better videos. So don't just take my word for it. Do the research. And here's something else a lot of people don't understand. YouTube needs more YouTubers. They need you. We need you. Not just because it increases the availability of videos for people to watch, but it also increases the diversity of each video. And every single YouTuber is different than every other YouTuber. So no matter what your niche is, the more you fine tune that niche and personalize it, the more YouTube will reward you as a YouTuber and help you grow. So spend the time to learn and grow and make yourself better. I hope these top 10 tips help. Hit that like button and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so I can continue to help you be a better YouTuber.